This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. Delighted today to be joined with Chev Clarke at Gravesham Amateur Boxing Club, where it all started for you, mate. So, and we're about 10 days away from your fight date, but how are you feeling, mate?
Feel good, man. I'm just chilling. You know, it's been a mad camp, put it that way. And yeah, I feel good and just calm, as always.
As always, mate, as always, mate. And you've got the Arsenal shirt on, they're playing in the Champions League today. Are you happy about that?
I mean, today's a good day. We've got a couple of London clubs in the place. When are you, man, playing? When's Chelsea playing in the league? Well, yeah, I feel good, man. I feel good. It's all blessed, and Arsenal get the win tonight. Make it even better.
Absolutely. Well, we'll start first with your old amateur boxing club. How many good memories does this hold for you, being in here, and does it sort of bring them back?
Yeah, man, if you look at the wall over there behind you, you can see, you know, there's Haringey over there. We went to Angrid. Those are like my first international experiences. Even to like just getting like an award from the boxing club. Like it's all documented, it's there. Got down there where they've got like all my GB England belts. So yeah, it's always good to come back here. And not only that, just like see the guys that were before me, or like my friends. As you can see over there, we refurbished the gym, and there's like we fundraised it. We did everything for it because we all met here, and it was like a thing to give to the next guys that are gonna come through. Like, let's keep the boxing club going. Let's make sure it's in a good state. So yeah, we fundraised. I helped, and the guys mostly did all the other parts because I was on GB at the time, so I didn't get to physically put in as much. But yeah, I was there, part of the fundraising.
And when you look back now, at this point in your career, everything's very serious, you know what I mean? It's your life, boxing. But you look back at when you was an amateur in the early days, things were probably, whilst you took it seriously, things were a little bit more chilled then. Do you ever look back and think like, you know, those were really good, and I really enjoyed them times where, you know, where I'm sure you're enjoying boxing now, but you're enjoying it a lot more, and there's like less stress in a way.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, Rob McCracken, or sporting director at Team GB, GB Boxing rather, he always said it to us. He goes, your time on this program will be the best time of your life. You'll look back at it and think, what an amazing time. And he's right. Like, when you're on a team, everybody wants you to do good. Like, as a pro, everybody's trying to rob from you. Or, do you know what I mean? That's what it is.
No, that's completely fair enough. What was sort of, if you can really say, what was the best memories for you when you sort of growing up as an amateur, really? You know, you had a long, successful amateur career. What was the most exciting for you?
You know what? People say I had a long amateur career. I didn't really, because I started boxing when I was 19. So, really and truly, Chev didn't have all that much. But my most exciting times, I suppose, for me was like the tournaments, really. And just coming up and nobody expected or knew who this kid was. Like, my boxing club wasn't one of the famous boxing clubs. And we'd just turn up, wreak havoc, walk away with medals. And that was the best part for me.
That's completely fair enough. You said there about, you know, starting boxing when you're 19. Now you're 32. You have had like a long career of boxing, but do you feel like when it comes to your rivals or other people, you sort of had to learn on the job in a way and play catch up in a way for guys who might have been boxing when they were sort of 9, 10, 11 years old?
Yeah, maybe so. I never had an uncle or dad that boxed or any family member that boxed. So it was literally, I went to the gym to get fit for football, and then it just went from there. So I'm never playing catch up, but I had to do a bit more studying, a bit more investing in myself in a short block of time, which I think has worked to my advantage.
Absolutely. Well, we'll get on to the pro career now. Flourishing as it is, coming off a career best performance against David Jamieson, a guy who we know is notoriously tough. He's got good wins. He made it look like man versus boy out there. How excited was, and how much momentum do you take from that performance, looking back on it a couple months ago now?
I don't look back at it and think, oh, amazing, like, because I think my performance against Doofus was better. Like, because personally, I think Doofus might have been a better opponent. But, you know, it was good nonetheless. I won. I knew I was going to win. It was just, you know, you guys and other people speculating, saying, oh, he's done this, he's done that, it's going to be a hard day. You know, but that's your job to do. I'm just here to perform and do what I do.
And when you look now at your pro career, is it important for you that, do you look at it as, sort of as a perfectionist point? So where, you know, your fifth fight, sixth fight, you're always trying to look to improve or try something different, or, you know, try to step up a level in every fight?
No, because I am the level. I'm not trying to reach nobody else. I'm just me. I practice every day. I work on my weaknesses, and yeah, I just work on the project, which is me. Every day I'm just trying to get that little extra percent, you know what I mean? And I've always been like that, whether it was football I played, boxing now. You know, I'm not catching up to nobody. I'm just me. I'm working on me and perfecting me.
Do you prefer that in a way? Because obviously there's some guys that have, you know, I'm sure you have goals in sight, but people might have names, you know, for example, you know, for someone like yourself, you might look at, you know, Chris Billam-Smith or, you know, Rep or Coley, the guys in your division who are at the top. But is it important to focus on your own path and realise that, you know, patience will get me there? As long as I focus on myself, whoever's at the top, I can take them out.
It's always about yourself. It's never about nobody. Well, it's always about myself. It's in context of the game, boxing, it's always about myself. I don't worry about nobody else. What they do don't affect me. What they do don't pay me. So I just work on Chev, go in the gym, and just work on like, oh, okay, you didn't do that too good last time. Make sure that don't happen again. You know, I don't worry about nobody else, man. If we have to, I don't have to fight all those guys you name. I don't need to worry about them. I just worry about who I got to fight. Oh, well, not worry, but work on who I got to fight, and that's it.
Well, we'll get onto that September 30th. You're back out, Vasil Ducar, a guy who's very, very well known on these shores. He's fought some top operators. Is this exciting for you that, you know, this is a guy that's well known to the UK public, and, you know, it's going to be a good test for you on September 30th?
You guys said that about the last opponent as well, but as I said, I just handle my business, man. I don't get excited. Is somebody coming to punch me in the head? What am I getting excited about? I just work hard. And I suppose, actually, the bit that I get most excited about is the people that come out to see me, the people that pay their hard-earned money to come and see me, like my Team C4 family, you guys, those are the people, because at the end, I don't know about anybody else, but I go out and see all the people that pay their hard-earned money to come and support me. So that's the bit that I get excited about. Yeah, the fighting's cool, but like that's what we do. Do you know what I mean? It's like do you get excited about going to work?
Well, yeah, because I love my job.
Yeah, I love what I do, but I'm not like, oh, I'm going to box today. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm going to box. Like, that's a given. But it's like the bits that come with it, those are the bits that get me excited. And as long as I do what I need to do in boxing, then I can get excited about the following bits, you know what I mean?
And you mentioned your team there, Team C4. How long would you say you've been around? Is these people that you've been around with your whole life?
Listen here, man. We was talking about school previously, right? And you're from the area. I've got guys that went to school with me coming to see me. I haven't spoken to some of these guys since we left school, but they were good peoples and they're coming out to support me. And it's not just like, just because I'm fighting for a belt, it's been from the beginning. Oh, you're boxing. Okay, we're coming out. And whether it would be people that I hang around with, their parents, or just people that's heard of me, and they're like, oh, he's from the area, or like, you know what, he did that, he came to my son's school and whatever. It's cool, we've got a family now, we've got a community growing, and yeah, I love that. That, it's like, it's more than a boxing night out. It's a whole Team C4 experience.
Is it important? That's right. Is it important to have that in a way? Because when you turn pro and as the fights get more, you know, eventually when you're fighting for world titles, this and that, and I'm sure, as you know, even in boxing, you can be surrounded by, you know, you can be introduced to a lot of people who are, you know, fake people, this and that. So it's important that you're around the guys that you know are real to you, and you know are there for you, that want the best for you in terms of, you know, people are going to come along and try and leech onto you.
Yeah, I'm not very good at making new friends. Well, I am, but I know I don't need no new friends. Do you know what I mean? I've got the people that are around me. They are more than able to do the job that they need to do, or if they're supporting me, they're supporting me. I'm always open to people supporting me, never disrespect anybody like that. But in terms of people around me, integral people, I don't need no new friends, respectfully. Yeah, just stay grounded in the people around me. As long as they're doing positive things around me, we'll be good.
Absolutely. And we'll talk about your pro career so far. Since you turned over pro, how would you measure the success you've had so far, and how do you measure success? Would it be, this fight or that fight, or do you measure it like yearly?
That's a good question, I don't know how I measure it, man. I'm just doing it as long as I'm enjoying it. And as long as I'm enjoying it, I'm successful. Wait, I'll put it to you this way, right? I come from a little town in Jamaica. I grew up in a little town in Jamaica, and to be here doing what I'm doing and on TV, etc., etc., that's success. I mean, success is whatever you make it, right? So for me, and to the people that started where I started, like, that's success. Do you know what I mean? Going to an Olympics, that's success. So, to be honest, bro, I never look at it like that and think, oh, I'm successful. I just get up, well, go on, bro. If you're a nice person, nice to you, go about your business. I don't get caught up in the material side of things. Do you know what I mean? Just live and enjoy life.
So with your pro career so far, is it something you're definitely happy with, and you feel like you're doing what you expect to do when you turn over pro?
I mean, when you see Eddie Hearn, ask him what I said to him on the day in the matchroom office with the two Dobermans that we came in with. He's never had that experience. He'll remember. And ask him what I said to him in the next 6-7 fights. Because we had a conversation about that. But just, yeah, he can elaborate on that.
Absolutely, definitely. And where we see here at your old amateur boxing club, and you look around and you see the posters of, Mike Tyson, Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, all these great posters, I could go on forever about the amount of sort of stuff is around here. And I know you've got posters of yourself in here. How much would you say you manifest one day that you're going to see a poster of yourself in a big fight and this could get posted here? Is that a special feeling for you?
Let's just clarify. I never put a poster of myself.
No, I'm not saying that.
Let's just clarify. But, I'm glad you started with the Mike Tysons, the Joe Frazers, because those are like a couple of the guys that I take little bits from. But yeah, one day, why not? Well, they ain't no different from me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, one day.
Absolutely. And we'll move on. I know you said that you focus on yourself, but we can't help but talk about other people as well. With yourself being a cruiserweight from Britain, I could mention so many names where the cruiserweight division is so thriving. I know you said you focus on yourself, but you must lick your lips at the potential of massive fights for you on a domestic massive fights for you on a world stage.
No, of course. We've got in Britain right now the best cruiserweights in the world, really. I think a couple of them's got belts, and there's just so many local fights to be made, and hopefully some of them will get made, and we'll make some history, make some great fights, and some money as well.
Are you keeping one eye on Lawal versus Chamberlain at the end of October?
No. What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Are you keeping an eye on it, or
I'm honest, I'm sure I'll hear the news, but I'm not sitting here checking my phone every day, oh, this happened. No, they'll fight. Whoever wins, then that's that.
Well, you talked about what Eddie Hearn said to you. One thing that Eddie Hearn did say after your fight against Jamieson, he said, this guy could beat Chris Billam-Smith, right now if they fought. Is that something that you're eyeing up? I know you said it before, but would it be something that you're looking at with the name always being thrown out there already?
Well, listen, I said this in other interviews. You guys call the shots and I'll hit them in it. That's all I've got to say on that.
Absolutely. Well, I just wanted to say, Chev, thank you for inviting me down to your amateur boxing club. It's been good to chat to you, and I'm sure we'll be catching up on Fight Week, and it's all the best, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Top man.